Ole tawa lunga,
Lima lunga, lima lunga. Oi, kafiola, lima lunga. Yes, sir.
Welcome to another episode of Rendezvous with Leanne. I am your host, Leanne, and tonight on the show I have with me the very, very beautiful Samoan beauty, Miss Ariana Taufao. Hello Ariana, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you for having me on your show.
No worries. So tell us, what should I address you by? Miss Samoa Australia?
Ariana is fine by me. I like my name.
Okay, but your designation, like right now, you were recently crowned the Miss Samoa Australia.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
How was that whole experience like?
It was an eye-opener.
Yeah.
I was not aware of the pageant industry, and this has been a true blessing from God. So I'm having fun so far.
I mean, you look gorgeous right now. Your lovely red is on point, and your hair, the sei, is that what it's called? A sei?
Yeah, it's a sei, Samoan flower.
Tell us a little bit about your get-up. You know, a lot of people may not know what you're wearing.
Oh, well, this is just a everyday fashion staple for Samoans. It's called a puetasi or pea. Mm-hmm. So it's just a simple top and a lava or ear lava a skirt.
Yep.
And yeah.
And the flower on your head?
It's another fashion staple for us Samoans. It's called a sei.
Okay.
You know, us islanders, we're always gonna have our flowers in our hair.
That is true. So what do the designs mean? Do they have any particular meaning?
I guess this one, doesn't really have any traditional Samoan designs on it, but it's floral print, so
either way it looks lovely.
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about yourself, Miss Samoa Australia. Who are you, Ariana?
Well, as you mentioned, my name is Ariana. I'm 23 years old, born in Brisbane, Australia, so I'm a proud Queenslander.
Yes.
And I was also raised in the Solomon Islands and New Caledonia.
Okay, tell us a little bit about that.
It was a unique childhood, but a big blessing from God. I would say was the best childhood for me. Mm-hmm. Growing up in that multicultural environment and everything.
Yep. Okay, so why did you grow up in the Pacific? Why New Caledonia and South Solomon Islands?
Dad's job, he's always worked in regional organizations within our Pacific community. So we've just, wherever Dad works, we've picked our family up and moved there.
Okay, so you are full Samoan, part Samoan?
Yes, both of my parents are Samoan.
Both of your parents are from Samoa. And how many times have you been to Samoa?
I think several times, I'd say about 10.
Okay, so you live here in Australia, in Brisbane.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that. Where do you study? Do you work?
Yeah, I'm actually at the Queensland University of Technology studying a Bachelor of IT and Bachelor of Business Accounting.
Wow, that's impressive. Tell us about that. How important is education to you?
Oh, my family, we've seen the benefits of education through my father and his work, and my mom also, she just finished her master's in accounting at the age of 56, and I think through them we've been able to see the benefits. And so for me, I know firsthand that education is really, really important, and I can't stress that enough for people who are listening right now.
Yeah. All right, amazing. So back to Miss Samoa Australia, can you walk us through what that actually means? Is it different from Miss Samoa, back in Samoa, or what differentiates it basically?
I guess it would be different in that, you know, in a sense you're representing a different kind of community, you know. We've grown up, especially for the next generation that have grown up outside of Samoa, we've had a different upbringing. And for Miss Samoa Australia, I guess is through my experience, actually, I've met a lot of young girls who have told me that they really look up to this role, and it's somebody that they'd like to identify with. So
Yep. Here in Australia?
Yeah, here in Australia, girls that, and just Samoan girls that have grown up outside of Samoa. So
Yep.
that's what, for me, Miss Samoa Australia really means and why I entered.
Okay, so it must be a pretty large community here in Australia, a Samoan community here.
Yes, definitely. A
Yeah?
lot. Especially in the south side of Brisbane, we have a lot of Samoan community down there.
Okay, okay. And why do you think that's the case? Why do you think there's so many people leaving Samoa?
I think it's just different opportunities, and you know, our Pacific people, we're known for navigating. We occupy the largest mass of the earth.
Yep.
And so it's just in our blood, I guess, to go out there and explore.
Yes.
And for our Samoan community, it's just looking for opportunities out in the world.
Okay, so back to Miss Samoa Australia. Explain how that happens. Do you represent Miss Samoa Australia? I mean, do you represent Australia by going over to Samoa and then competing with others, or how does that work
so
out?
Miss Samoa Australia is, when we go over there, it's just us representing the Samoan community over in Australia.
Yeah,
and it's the first step to going over to that Miss Samoa pageant.
Yeah. Okay, so you mentioned embracing your culture, representing your culture here in the Western world, in Australia and New Zealand. How important is culture to you?
Very important. Again, I have to talk about the youth that grow up overseas. You can always have that culture clash.
Yeah.
And so, you know, platforms like the Miss Samoa Australia, it's really good for our youth or just our community to get involved with, because it reminds us and takes us back to who we are, where we come from, you know, our roots.
Yeah.
And so,
She's a pretty little thing, yes you are. Sexy, oh yeah, you know that you be banging, and you know that we be thinking the same.
So for kids out there who can't afford to, you know, join the Miss Samoa Australia pageant or Miss Samoa New Zealand, any of these pageants who don't have these pageants available for them, how do you think they can embrace their culture or represent their culture?
I think first step is our parents. You know, they grew up, or if your parents did grow up there, they would be the perfect place to go and get to know or learn about your culture. And after that, the internet. We're in the age of technology right now, and it's really made the world accessible to everybody. So I think that's a great source. I've learned a lot from the internet about my own culture. And just, you know, you get a lot of opinions from the internet, and
And here in Australia, you know, with your family and everything, the Samoan culture really is important. I mean, really is close to your hearts with your everyday lives, basically.
Yeah, I think it shows in your character and the way you carry yourself. Just, it all trickles down to the small things, you know, and the small things are what count. So being Samoan or just being Pacific Islander, you know, that's where you really show it, is through the way you speak, the way you talk, the way you walk.
All right. Without giving too much away, can you let us in on what or how you're preparing for the Miss Samoa pageant?
Well, my mom is actually my designer, so that's that's part of our preparations, is just designing, helping mom sew, and also preparing for interviews, the interview topics, the infamous interview topics, and and just how you have to carry yourself, I guess, as a contestant.
So, what are you expecting to get out of this competition or this pageant? What type of competition are you expecting? Because obviously Miss Samoa New Zealand's going to be there. Miss Samoa America, is it?
I don't think we have a Miss American Samoa this year.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, so what I'm expecting to get out of it is just a lot of learning, you know, a lot of growth. I know that through this experience I can only come out of it for the better. And as for the competition, I've always heard that, you know, the girls that are right there beside you, they're your number one source of comfort, because they're the only ones that really would understand how you're feeling, you know, what you're going through. So
Besides education, you mentioned that education is something that you were brought up, you know, instilled in you that it was key and it was important in your life? Besides that, what other beliefs did you grow up with? What did your parents instill in you?
God, number one. In everything, my family, we commit all our decisions. We pray about, we prayed for this before I entered. It was something we committed to God, and I think, just Him as number one, family and culture.
Okay, amazing. So tell us a little bit about life outside of the pageants, outside of, school. What do you get up to?
Outside of the pageant, I'm just everyday Samoan girl. I go to church. I go to church every weekend.
Yeah.
Involved in all the church activities and all that. And apart from family business and uni, I haven't got a job yet. So.
Okay, all right. So you mentioned that you do a double degree in business and IT, is it?
Yeah.
What do you plan on doing with that in the future?
I think I'm taking it one step at a time. But as of right now, concentrating on graduating, and after that I'd like to pursue a career in accounting.
Really?
Yeah.
Accounting,
Yes.
okay. All
Yes,
right.
accounting is the industry I'm looking at right now. So.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Beauty and brains.
Thank you.
So you mentioned you grew up around the Pacific. What did you, because obviously all these cultures, all these countries are all diverse and different. What did you grow up embracing from each culture?
I think I grew up embracing our similarities. We speak different languages and we have different ways of doing things, but in the end we all have the same values. And growing up, because Dad worked in regional organizations, his co-workers, they came from all around the globe.
Yeah.
And all the kids that we grew up with, we come from all different parts of the globe, but we all called each other cousins or family. So I think that's what I embraced from there, is having an open mind and being able to have a window into what is out there in the world.
Okay, amazing. So Miss Samoa Australia, being Miss Samoa Australia, a lot of people, obviously it's the 21st century, and a lot of people mention or state that pageantry and the pageant industry is dead or is sexist, or those kind of issues arise. So how do you think, what do you think about that, first of all? About those comments or those...
There's definitely truth to it, but I think pageants have come a long way from what they were. I think pageant organizations have realized that people, they want more than just beauty. They want a girl that really represents the country as it is, and that includes, education. And, but at the same time, our indigenous pageants, they're very different from the Western ones, so I don't really want to talk about the Western pageants, but in terms of our indigenous ones, it's always been focused on our culture and preserving, tradition within the young women.
Yeah.
Pretty little thing, Zekia, oh yeah, you know that you be banging, and you know that we be thinking the same. I was gonna give her everything.
Being Miss Samoa Australia, obviously you're very beautiful, you're talented, you're educated. What do you think you can change? You said that with pageantry, especially with the indigenous pageantries, there's more to it, there's more behind it. So how do you think you can change, first of all, if you were to go compete in Samoa, what do you think you can change, or how do you think you could contribute to society over there? Or even here in Australia, how do you think you can contribute, make the lifestyle of Samoan Australians different with your title and with your position?
Yeah, my journey as Miss Samoa Australia is very much learning about those opportunities and getting involved in the communities and, really getting their feedback on what they think the Miss Samoa Australia could really do for the community and how she could get involved more. So my journey will very much be about learning about that, and Miss Samoa as well. I think they do a great job of going out and outreaching in different schools.
Okay.
And so that's definitely something that I think that we could do here in Australia.
You mentioned community outreaches, community services. It's very much community focused, you know, your role as Miss Samoa Australia. How do you contribute to the community? What sort of outreaches, what sort of activities do you get up to?
There are a lot of fundraisers that the Miss Samoa Australia attends. I think there are also youth programs that she runs. Our Miss Samoa Australia 2014-2015 Sandra, Lilo Mayava, she actually started a little dance class where little Samoan girls, or any little girls from any ethnic group could come and learn about the Samoan culture. You know, learn the Samoan ngana, which is our language, and that's definitely something that I want to continue as well.
Okay.
A lot of youth work.
So joining the pageant industry as Miss Samoa Australia, and your hopes in Miss Samoa in Samoa, what do you expect to reach? Basically, what heights do you expect to reach? How far do you see this going?
I'm just taking it one step at a time. So right now I'm focusing on my role as Miss Samoa Australia, preparing from the Miss Samoa, and when I get to the actual Miss Samoa pageant, I'll be focusing on whatever activities we'll be doing there, and from there I'll see where God takes me.
Oh, such a modest answer. Be serious with us. I mean, I know in your own little room you think of, or you stand in front of the mirror and, you know, pretend that you've won that title of Miss Samoa, or even go on as far as Miss South Pacific. Do you do that? Be honest.
I'm not going to lie, in my mind it would be nice. It would definitely be nice, but you know, I'm but a servant to the will of God, so whatever His decision is, I'll be happy with it.
Amazing. We wish you all the best in your pageant career, and all the best with your Miss Samoa pageant coming up.
Thank you so much.
No worries. There are a lot of young people out there watching who, you know, watch this show and, you know, probably want to take part in the Miss PNG pageant, Miss PNG South Pacific pageant. What advice can you give to them? What advice can you give to young people?
Go for it. Definitely go for it. The main message that my dad gave to me was to have a go. You know, it's not about winning. You can go away with this, whether you win or not. You will go away with a lot more, and a lot more than what you expected. And it's a great opportunity, especially for us Pacific Islanders. This is a great platform, and I really encourage any girl out there to not be afraid. You know, believe in yourself, believe in God, and you'll be fine.
Amazing. Those are wonderful words. Thank you so much for that advice, Ariana. Now, coming up after the break, the rapid fire round with Miss Samoa Australia, Ariana.
Don't you know you're the apple of my eye, angel in disguise, dream come true, girl, it's only you.
Welcome back to the show. Now, Ariana, this segment is called the rapid fire round, and basically I will be asking you random questions and you answer with the first thing that comes into your mind.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. First things first, my strength is my, complete the sentence. My strength is my
family.
Okay. My inspiration is
my parents.
The one thing I lack in my life is
fitness.
Okay. Okay. My greatest possession is
my puppy, or my pets, both my cat. Sorry.
Okay, so do you have a puppy, a cat, or
I have a puppy and a cat, so both of them.
All your pets?
Yeah.
Okay. An idea that changed your life?
The Miss Samoa Australia.
Okay, why is that?
Because it's definitely taking me out of my comfort zone.
Okay. Who is your favorite Pacific Island artist?
I would say, right now, J-Book.
Okay. A product you would endorse?
Skincare.
Why skincare?
Because our Pacific Islanders have known the secret, coconut oil all this time, and you know the rest of the world is just starting to find out.
That is so true. Okay. The one thing that you have that your contemporaries don't. Now, in this case, you can brag as much as you want. You have bragging rights.
I guess met very few people that are as tall as me, so
True. Like how? What's your actual height? 6 feet.
6'1".
6'1".
Yep.
She's a very tall girl. She does not need heels. React in one word to the following: people who comment negatively about you.
I accept your opinion.
Okay. React in a sentence to the following: people who comment on your weight.
Unnecessary.
People who comment about you negatively, in racism, basically.
Ignorant.
Finally, an unforgettable pickup line used on you or that you used on someone else.
I've never had a pickup line used on me, and I've never used that on anyone else.
Okay. Ariana, thank you so much for being a great sport and participating in the rapid fire round. Thank you so much for your time as well and for coming onto the show and sharing a little bit about your life.
Thank you for having me.
And that was the lovely, the very beautiful Miss Samoa, Australia, Ariana Taufao. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on the next episode of Rendezvous with Leanne. Good night.
Samoa lena, if I have my atua.
Samoa.